This man is the reason why we're told to check our kids' Halloween candy before they eat it. This is Ronald Clark O'Brien. He's also known as the Candyman or the man who killed Halloween, and the backstory behind it is so much more disturbing than you'd imagine. So let's dive in. Quick reminder that if you like true crime, you might like the podcast where I do a deep dive of this story in the newest episode. On Halloween night in 1974, Ronald O'Brien took his two children, Timothy and Elizabeth, aged 8 and 6, trick-or-treating with some other neighborhood kids. When the group came upon a house with its lights off, they decided to trick-or-treat to the next house because, candy. But Ronald O'Brien decided to stay behind just in case somebody came to the door. When he caught up with the group, he was holding 5 gigantic 20-inch Pixie sticks. And he gave one to each of the trick-or-treaters, including his 2 children. Before bed, Timothy asked to eat some of the candy he got, and according to his dad, he chose the Pixie sticks. However, he complains that after he had some of the candy that it tasted bitter, so his dad even gave him some Kool-Aid to help wash it down. And almost immediately, Timothy complained that he had stomach pains. He ran to the bathroom and started vomiting and convulsing uncontrollably. And he passed away only an hour after eating the candy on his way to the hospital. So at his autopsy, the coroner reported smelling almonds, which is a surefire indicator that there's cyanide present, which is a pretty potent poison for people. And it turns out that Timothy's little 8-year-old body had enough cyanide in it to kill 2 adults. So how did it get there? The more the police dove in, it didn't take them long to start suspecting Ronald O'Brien. It turns out that he was deeply in debt, like $100,000, and he wasn't able to hold down a job, and just weeks before Timothy's death, he had taken out life insurance policies on both of his kids. So what did this man decide to do? Ronald O'Brien laced Pixie sticks with cyanide and then handed them to his children in order to collect life insurance to relieve his money problems. Then he gave the remaining Pixie sticks to other children to try and make it look like someone else was indiscriminately handing out poison candy. A big part of his defense was capitalizing on the urban legend of a mad trick-or-treat poisoner, razor blades and candy apples. But there's actually no documented instances of strangers poisoning Halloween candy. The most disturbing fact is that the calls are usually coming from inside the house. It took a jury 46 minutes to find him guilty. He was sentenced to death, and he was executed by lethal injection in 1984 for the depraved indifference he showed to these children's lives.